Symbiosis, which is a mutually beneficial relationship between organisms of the same environment. And that's the concept that we want to incorporate in every process that we make in Seabiosis. That's what we try to do as a pioneer Gaspésian company in offshore seaweed farming and its transformation into food products. Our goal, well, you might ask yourself, why food products? It's because our goal is to popularize the consumption of seaweed in North America by offering products that have an accessible and subtle sea flavor. Because sea vegetables are actually an alternative to land-based vegetables, which consumes a lot of drinkable water, fertilizers, herbicides, and pesticides that could be responsible in part with the extinction of many species and even our own. So, our products are eco-friendly. I could say a lot of that to justify why we are eco-friendly, but we can only focus on the fact that we plant new vegetables in the ecosystem instead of removing some. We are innovative because we try to make produce that haven't been done with the same algae. We are 100% Gaspésian. Whoa. That's not where we're supposed to be. So we are 100% Gaspésian. You can see the arrow. We are in the Baie des Chaleurs area of Gaspésie, from the janitors all the way to the final products. And our products have a characteristic sea flavor that is subtle and accessible to everyone, even children. You can taste them at our stand in My Blue City. But what are these products that we make? This year we tested three products. The first one is our Royal Kombu, or Kombu Royal as we named it. And it's actually a seaweed that has been boiled and then deep frozen to be kept all year long with a great quality and great flavor. This can then be used in all other meals and all other products. That's actually what we do for the two other products. We thaw the seaweed and we transform them into our chips and our sweet kombu. The first one is a more salty, and the second one is a candy, if I may say so. And once again, you are invited to taste them at our stand. For the future of Seabiosis, we already have 3 new products because we are still a startup. We are at the end of our first year of a 2 years research and development phase, and the future products that we have shown a great enthusiasm from the testers already and should be tested and commercialized in the next year. Our key financial facts, because, well, I'm not going to talk about the market. We could say a lot of that in a more than 15 minutes presentation. But in our case, we want to acknowledge the help of the government of Quebec through its Ministry of Fisheries, Agriculture and Alimentation and its Ministry of Economy, Science and Innovation. We also received a subsidiary from the local government of Bonaventure. And the rest of the budget is covered by, well, our own money and from grants that we received with the Fondation UQAR right here in Rimouski. The rest of that budget will be covered, hopefully, with the sales of our products this year. Now, the interesting part for the next years, what we aim to do with the research and development phase is to find the best products, the highly appreciated food products that we want to develop is a key goal for us. And then what we want to make products that can use all the parts of the seaweed, because in aquaculture seaweed we can use even the stip, which is like the tige or well, I will show you if you come by. So we want to use all part of seaweed to maximize the algae itself. Then we will need to determine what is the most efficient transformation process, because it's a hard one. Actually, right now it's hard, it's long, so we will need to find the best way to produce the products that we will have, and we must find the best ways of producing the seaweeds at sea to increase the yield per cost ratio. That budget was evaluated at $178,000, and that will end in October 2018. After that, the question will be where to invest next. That's what we want to answer right now. We know that we will keep the most promising products. We know that we will have to build an adapted transformation plans to get all the parts of the seaweed and develop all the products that have interested our clients. And we know that we will have to adapt the production sites at sea, because right now we use mussel farms to grow the seaweeds near mussels, and we would like to have a seaweed production site. All that is not a great challenge, but is ambitious. And this ambitious project, investment projects, right now the estimates bring us over $1 million. That's where ETHRA and with Blue Economy investors comes in the game. For us, the dream team, well, to make that project happen perfectly, we would need the full implication of the 3 shareholders, which are currently part-time in the business. So yeah, we would need a lot of implication from the 3 shareholders. We need also 3 seasonal employees that might become permanent over time, and we are planning to continue contributing with the collaborators such as Merinov, which you can see all around. They have an army here, so you might have come across them. So we plan to keep working together for the future of our business and to develop new opportunities with our seaweed. Thank you for your interest. If you would like to follow us, you can follow us on Facebook or eventually on our website. Thank you very much.
Good job. It's really interesting. So you have these products that are called kombu.
It's the name of the seaweed. It's kombu royal in French. It's actually Saccharina latissima in its scientific name, which is a native seaweed in Quebec and North Atlantic.
Do you want to do other, like the brand extension that you're going to be promoting eventually always going to be under that brand?
No, not necessarily, no. Because the other products are not necessarily the same kind of products. So eventually when we will have decided the products that we will focus on, the branding might change. But right now, since the market is local and in a test phase, well, we decided to go straight with a generic name that would be easy to understand for the people. People don't know what a kombu is, so we always show underneath seaweed naturally grown in Gaspésie, so people can understand what it is.
If you guys want to have questions, there's microphones here. There's another one there. Feel free. What's your distribution network so far? Where are you doing your sales?
Well, right now the distribution network is pretty it's locally in Gaspésie, so we have a few selling points that we supply ourselves. But we have a waiting list for other people, other businesses that are interested in selling our seaweeds all across Quebec. But
what kind of businesses are they? Like
it's sale points, so it's detail markets and people that would like to have our products on their shelves. And we also have people that literally made a detour to come to our house to buy the product because they knew that they were limited edition. So this is very encouraging.
So it's limited edition based on the time resources that you have and also on the production side.
Exactly, because since we are still in R&D phase, we didn't invest in our own factory or transformation plant. So we rent installations, and the schedule is really limited limited. So there's the schedule to take into consideration. There's our own schedule, work schedule. We have a little girl, a 1-year-old girl. So there's a lot of challenges there that you need to compose with, and we can't wait for that moment where we will be able to be fully implicated in the business and make it fly, and you know.
Do you sell online?
We will sell online because the products that are dried, they could be sent by mail, and we could supply big.
Do you have any competitors? Like, is there like world players that are embarking in the field of algae?
There's world players. There's seaweed chips already on the market, but all these chips comes from Asia. So South Korea, Japan, China. We are, in our knowledge, the first one to offer, for example, chips made from Kombu Royal in Canada.
Okay.
So there are competitors. We have gatherers in Gaspésie that offer a similar product. It's to the clients to decide which one they prefer.
Okay. And next step is to gather $1 million?
Well, the next step will be to evaluate precisely what are the needs.
Phase one?
Well, the phase one, we will analyze the data that we gathered. We will go and ask questions like, for example, what kind of machines could do that? Is there something that could do that? So that's why we work closely with Mérinov, with other research centers as well. And then when we will have the answers, we will be able to make a sound decision on where to invest next. So there will be products that we will let go of. There will be new products that we might hold on to because they will be more promising. They will fit better in our production line. So there's a lot of issues that will be answered in the next year.
Do you think the next level for your company is to sell business to customer like you're doing now, or you think businesses in the food chain will incorporate these algae into their...
We do both, actually. We want to supply, for example, restaurants or other businesses that would like to incorporate our seaweed into their product, but we also want to supply the customers, the direct customers, you, me, anybody. So we do both. It depends on the demand, and that's the good point of Seabiosis, is because since we are young and in a research and development phase, we are still flexible to see, well, if I have a client that comes to me and say, well, I would be interested in that kind of product. Well, my friend, we will see what we can do.
So last question, quick. If you were to ask for an ideal amount of money, how much would it be?
An ideal amount of money?
An ideal amount of money, and what the investors will get in return.
What the investors will get in return.
What percentage of the company? Or
well, that's a hard question to say right now because it would depend on...
Base one.
Well, exactly. It would depend on all the subsidiaries that we could get from the government, all the money that we could invest ourselves.
Ideal.
Well, ideal would be always that the three founding partners keep the control of the company. So at least 50% for us. We could let go of the other 50% if there was an advantage for the both parties, of course.
You want brain or money?
Both.
Cool. Sounds good. Thank you, Sébastien.
Thank you very much.